Got another one. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Hey guys, got another one on. If I had caught or kept one more fish, we would have been probably a little crowded. But that's all the fish in one big walk. I love a walk. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Ken Johnson. This is Cooking with Ken. So today we're going to do a little bit of a different type of fishing video. We're going to be actually showing you a catch and how I prepare my catch. So recently I went fishing with my father-in-law, and you can go to my main channel, Ken Johnson USA. You can see that. There'll be a link in the description. There's also going to be that video at the very end of the video. You can see it. But we went and we were catching brim. We were targeting bluegill and also shell cracker. And so my father-in-law, I think he got somewhere between 10 and 13. I came up with around 13. He came up with around 10. We was counting real quick. I had 7. That's what I kept. Caught a few more than 7, but that's what I kept. And so I'm going to show you how I clean the fish, and then we're going to cook the fish. And I'm diabetic, and my numbers have not been coming up like they ought to, and so I'm going to try to do a reduced sugar intake. And so we're still using some flour, still using some cornmeal, so it's just a reduced. I'm not trying to go crazy, not trying to make big changes, just small changes to my lifestyle. And so hopefully this be something that you can try, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Alright, this is our catch. Due to YouTube policies, I can't show how I do all the cleaning of the fish, but basically I'm going to scale them, and I'll show you how I'm going to cut them up, and then I'll show you how I take the fin out. Once the head and the guts are out and all the blood is washed off, YouTube says it's totally fine, then it's food. Until then, it's gruesome is what they consider it to be. That's what happens when you get a bunch of nanny panties, little whatevers running things. But we'll get started. Something I did want to show you. This right here is just my little regular garden water hose. I've got it on jet. And if you use the jet function of your water hose and you spray against the scales, you can get the scales off very, very easily. So again, I can't show you me doing it on YouTube because that's considered to be gruesome, but I wanted you to see it at least, that you know it can be done with a water hose. You can use spoon, you can use a scaler, but this works on crappie, bass, you name it. Until you get to big fish with big scales, water hose works beautifully. Alright, so took maybe 5 minutes max to do that with water halfway on. If I had it all the way on, been even quicker. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to start right here and cut all the way to this, what they call the anal fin. Reason why it's called the anal fin, that's the pectoral fin. You got the anal cavity, and then you got the anal fin. So I'm going to go from the top of the head where the meat starts, go over the ribs, cut those ribs out, and come out the anal fin, and by right in front of it. And by doing that, I will dehead it, get all the guts and most of the ribs out, because none of this is edible. Alrighty, so it took less than 5 minutes to do all that. makes cleaning them super simple. Now, I always put them in ice water with salt. That just to chill them down real good. Now what we're going to do is take out that dorsal fin. So if you don't know what a dorsal fin is, that fin right there. So I'm going to cut a line right along the side here and along the side here, and I'll show you when I'm done. You can see I cut down probably about an inch. Followed that backbone all the way down. Now what I'll do is I'll take some pliers and I just pull out the fish, the dorsal fin out of the fish. Alright, I have my lovely wife helping me with that, but just show you how easy it is. When you cut down that deep, it comes right out. If you cut too shallow, that causes a problem. It don't want to come out. Like that's a little too shallow cut, but it'll still come out, just a little bit more difficult. And there you go. That opens up that right there. And now when we get it ready to batter and fry, this will all fry and cook out very evenly and peel right off the bone. Next thing I'm going to do is probably put maybe a tablespoon, a little less, of yellow mustard. And we're going to fill the bag with water a little bit, not much, and let this the meat kind of let that mustard get rid of any off flavors that might have taken place. It's doubtful. Brim are fantastic. I like them better than I do crappie, and that's saying a lot. But like catfish, any type of fish that might have off-putting flavors, a little bit of mustard, not much. You can go a half tablespoon. It don't take much. But that little bit of mustard, you will never taste it, and it just takes out those flavors that you may not like. So I do it with all my fish, whether or not it's a good fish or not. And it just tastes great all the time. And since I've been doing this, I've not been dissatisfied ever once. Just a few squirts of mustard in here, not much. This is a gallon bag, so that's not much. Maybe a half tablespoon, if that much. There's my fish. You can see it doesn't take much to get that coated. And that vinegar in the mustard will start pulling out those negative flavors. You can use pickle juice, you can use buttermilk, you can use whatever you like as long as it's got some vinegar or some type of acid in it. Now what we're going to do is take this, put it inside, let it sit in the ice chest or in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm doing a cheat. Usually I use the julienne cabbage, the angel hair cabbage, because my wife doesn't like carrots, but they didn't have any at the store. This right here is Dole, and it is 14 ounces. Couldn't even do a pound. So 14 ounces, so I've got 2 packs of coleslaw mix I'm adding in. Now I'm going to add in 8 ounces of dill relish. Now I'm going to add in roughly about a half cup of Blue Plate mayonnaise. You could use other mayonnaises, but why bother? Put in the comments what your favorite mayonnaise is and why it's Blue Plate. Now we're going to mix this together. And this is pretty much what I call my Northwest Florida dill slaw. You don't see it being made much anymore. It used to be a little bit more common. Every time I make it at an event or whatever, and there's sweet coleslaw, and then there's this dill coleslaw that I make, the dill coleslaw goes all the time faster than sweet coleslaw. So if you happen to have a food truck or restaurant and you're serving fish or something like that, try this. It is a crowd pleaser, and it's so freaking simple. My goodness. And if you took the time or had the equipment to shred it yourself easily and quickly, the amount of money you can save. But I mean, really the bagged stuff is so easy, and it's not that expensive. So whenever I can take a little help from the store, why not take it? There's no shame in it. And you'll notice that I've got just roughly the right amount of mayonnaise in there. You just want to barely coat that. It'll weep a little bit. The vegetables will weep just a little bit. The carrot sticks won't really weep that much, but the cabbage will. And they'll mix with those pickles. And that is nothing but fine. And just makes that dressing really good. Which dressing? Just mayonnaise. So it tastes like you got some type of dill dressing in there. You don't. If you wanted to put a little bit of cracked black pepper, you could. If your pickles ever have an off flavor, a little trick that I like to use is celery seed. It's hard to find celery seed nowadays. But if you can find some celery seed, have it on hand so that if the pickles you bought, maybe you got a brand that you're not used to working with, maybe they switched vinegars. There's a whole reason why pickles can have an off flavor. And that's normally what causes the off flavors of pickles. Just a little bit of celery seeds balances it out. Alright, this is a bag with roughly about a cup and a half of self-rising flour. And this right here is Lowry seasoned salt. I'm just going to put, I don't know, 2 teaspoons of seasoned salt in this bag. Shake it up. We're doing some precision cooking here, folks. This right here is some, oops, I'm getting juice all over the place. These right here are some jalapeno peppers that my mom put up for me. Now my mom's peppers, they're hotter than a $2 pistol. So you have to be very, very careful with these. Little goes a long way. And we're going to make what's known around here as Cajun popcorn. That's good for a little bit of shaking. And I'm using all-purpose flour. You can, or not all-purpose, self-rising. You could use all-purpose. I find that gives a little bit better crunch. But This right here is some dill pickles. Figured some fried dill pickles sounded good. So we're going to get some of those in there. Have you ever had fried dill pickles? How about the Cajun popcorn? Ever had that? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear that. I am a huge fan of Cajun popcorn and dill pickles fried. I could do them every single day. I'm having to cut out the cheese grits and baked beans and all stuff I normally do in my fishing or my fish cooks because my diabetes. I need to get the sugar under control. This flour isn't helping anything, but I figured you got to have a little bit of something. And the cheese grits and the baked beans do me more harm than the fried fish and the fried pickles, so you pick your battles. So that's, I don't know, say about 3.5 cups of pickles and peppers, all floured up with a little bit of flour to keep them from sticking to each other. As I get everything ready, I'll shake these up every now and then they'll go in right after I do my fish. I may do them before my fish, but they do absorb flour very quickly because they're wet and gets a nice coating. So I let that be my coating so it has a good thick, almost like a batter to it. I'm going to show you how I bread my fish and we'll go from there. My breading is very simple. I use roughly about a half cup of self-rising flour to 1 cup of hot rise cornmeal. I didn't have any yellow cornmeal. I like yellow cornmeal in my breading better than I do white cornmeal, but that's fine. Getting some black pepper going. This is peppercorn medley grinder. It has black peppercorns, pink peppercorns, coriander, allspice. Just a really good seasoning blend pepper. If you got regular black pepper, no shame in using that. Black pepper is fine. So that's roughly about a half teaspoon, I would say, of black pepper. So seasoned to taste. And then same thing, sea salt. Just put salt to taste. I would say err a little bit on the salty side. Not much, but a little bit. Alright, that's probably about 2 teaspoons of salt. Here's my fish. Now, the fish have been setting for a good 20 minutes. You notice how it got all up in there. Put that in there. Shake it up. Do one piece at a time. You have one of those battering devices that's a bowl with the little strainer. That's even better. You can put them all in at one time. Makes it a little easy. I ain't got a big batch, so I ain't worried too much about it. Look at that. Just look at that, all the way to the bone. So that's gonna peel off so freaking easy. and all that bread's going to get in there. Now you can look and see in there, you see all that breading inside the fish and everything. So that will be perfect there. It'll fry it all up nice and crispy. Every part of it's coated well. Alright, I'll shake this as I go along. Let's get into the kitchen and start frying. Alright, I've got a wok and I'm just heating up my oil. Once it comes up to temp, then I'll throw in my pickles and peppers. I think I'll do that first because it's getting a thick coating on it. And what you can tell is if the temperature's ready, you got a little shimmer to the oil, so it's getting there slowly. See how the moisture's kind of frying out of that wire spider I've got right there? That's also a good way to let you know that temperature is right. With the wok, you don't really have to worry about overcrowding that much, so I've got all my peppers and pickles in my wok right now cooking. And really, all we're doing is just letting them get a good color on them. It's already cooked, so there's really no need to worry about them if they're raw or not. They won't be raw, they'll be cooked through. We're just cooking the flour coating, getting it browned out real quick. These are floating and about done, so I'll take them off and strain them out and put in the fish. There they are, ready to go. Now we'll fry our fish. If I caught or kept one more fish, we would have been probably a little crowded. But that's all the fish in one big wok. I love a wok. There we go right there. Look at that. That's that dorsal fin taken out. So all that oil and everything, butterflied it out. It's cooked all the way through. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, here we go. That's our dill pickles, our Cajun popcorn, some brim fillets, and our Northwest Florida coleslaw. I'm going to make me a plate, sit down with my wife. We're going to eat this. I won't eat on camera because this is our supper, and we're going to spend some quality time together, but I will be back to tell you her thoughts, my thoughts. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I'll see you in a second. So, the wife and I, we went ahead and ate. It was great. I mean, I always loved that meal. That's an excellent meal. That dorsal fin, when you take it out, it's just, that dorsal fin causes more problems than anything. Most people take it out anyway, so I go ahead and do it. That's the way I like to eat my fish when I do them whole. My wife don't like whole fish, so it makes it a lot easier to eat it. Anything to make somebody that doesn't like fish with bones in it eat fish with bones in it, especially because it's a lot easier to prepare a fish that way, is a good thing. So one of the things that I would say is that if you had somebody that's sensitive to heat, like children or anybody like that, I would put the pickles and the peppers separately. That's something that I would do. You could add a little bit more dill pickle relish if you have it to the recipe, because that's a heavy vinegar dish with the fried pickles, the fried peppers, and then that kind of makes coleslaw taste a little blander than what it really is. So it probably needs a little bit more oomph on the dill. If you was having coleslaw, or not coleslaw, but cheese grits, you were having baked beans, stuff like I normally do, that I'm trying to cut out because I'm a diabetic, you would find that it tastes more dill-like. So it's one of those weird things that when you take something and eat it with something very much alike, those flavors become muted. So you got to plan accordingly. So I might add more dill in my recipes now because I'm eating healthier, trying to eat a little healthier. Not going crazy with it, but just trying to get my numbers down, trying to get my A1C down below 8, trying to trying to get it all back under control. At one time, A1C was way too high. We got down to 7. I want to get below 7, get that done. But anyway, please tell me how you would fix the fish. What's your favorite fish to eat? That's always fun. Did you like this type of content? That's something I always like to know is, you know, if what I'm doing actually matters to you, if you like it, what would you like to see? If you want to see more of this, it's not a catch and cook, but similar to a catch and cook, let me know. We can do that. If you want to do something else, I like to hunt, so hopefully I'll get some hunt material out and we'll show how to get some wild game done. But with that said, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hype this video. That really does help out. And I'll see y'all guys again next time. Bye.